What is going on, guys? This is Ben here, bringing you another Vainglory video. In today's video, I'm going over the gameplay once again while this was pre-recorded, so I'm not playing live. This is gonna be talking to you guys about this really awesome thing that I found out with Ardan. In this video, though, I kind of build it wrong because this is one of the first videos that I tried it, but it was kind of one of the best ways to show it. So I was playing with WadiX on his stream last night. If you guys don't know who WadiX is, he's a great streamer. He streams on Mob Crush and Twitch. Definitely check him out. But so what I really want to talk about is like going Ardan support, but rushing the Stormguard, and then you get your normal support items, and then like mid game you get a breaking point, and it is ridiculous. Like I've tried this like 4 matches in a row with this Ardan build, and it's actually really freaking good. And I'll explain the reasons why I think that, and like if you want to try it out, let me know what your thoughts are on it. But it is definitely pretty strong. So right here we're just invading. I'll still be talking about the game and whatnot, but I'll give him like my thoughts on it. So the first item you want to get is the Stormguard. In this video I do not get the Stormguard first. This is because it's probably I think this was the first game that I tried this, and I was like, what the heck just happened? This is amazing. So we're trying to hard invade here, trying to steal those backs, and then Wadi like goes and deters them, so I'm like, alright, I'll just take these backs. Well, because I thought he was gonna die initially, but anytime you can steal the jungler's farm early on, it is definitely worth it, because those backs are more important than kills. But so taking a look at this, like this is what the build is pretty much. You rush your Stormguard first. Take for granted though, or take this into consideration, you're still the support, so you still have to support your teammates. You still have to do everything like a support would do, like get renewals, get all this stuff, block all this stuff, get warns and everything. But so first you get the Stormguard, and the reason for that is, if you guys don't know, the new like way the Stormguard is like when you have more gold accumulated from your Iron Guard or your Stormguard passive, like whenever you get the bonus gold, like the more true damage you do to enemy heroes. So if you get the Stormguard, you'll do a bunch of damage early game, the more gold you get. And like with Ardan, his punch, his second ability procs that Stormguard like effectiveness, and then you can also wave clear and steal farm a lot faster. So clearing minions, taking the gold mine, taking Kraken, taking turrets, that's what all helps with the Stormguard. So that's why you want to get that first. It'll help in team fights, help you maybe invade the enemy jungler or the enemy jungle with your team and whatnot. So it is like a really good first item. And then you for sure want to get maybe your second item like boots, and then whatever your normal support item that you would get. 99% of the time, this is for everyone that's supporting here, 99% of the time, if you get this Stormguard, I would say the best option probably to get is this the Fountain of Renewal. When you don't get a Fountain of Renewal first with Stormguard, or not with Stormguard, when you're the support, I find as though like it is such a huge item, because say one team has an Iron Guard, or not Iron Guard, sorry. It's late, guys. It's really freaking late. I'm recording this. You probably tell my bedhead because I got up like in the middle of the night again. I'm like, you know what? I'll just record a video. But yeah, so when say a team has a Fountain of Renewal and the other team doesn't, the team that has it has such a huge advantage, because like say the team without it really almost kills the team with it. Well, then you just pop the renewal and everyone's health comes back. So early on, guys, I say because I still main support pretty much. I've been maining Koshka lately. I don't know. I've been playing Koshka a lot lately. It depends on who I'm playing with. If I'm like ranking when I'm not with Oracle, I'll be playing the Koshka and whatnot. But yes, like take it from my word, 100% I think, or not 100, but like 99% of the time, the item after you get the Stormguard is you're gonna want to get renewal. And so many people I see that don't do this. If you're supporting or you're the roam position, like it helps so much in team fights. Literally, it's like it's a go-to item, guys. It swings the tides of team fights, because say you can almost be done, pop that renewal, go back in, and because they'll probably be weak if they don't have it. So that's why a lot of times too, like if you hear myself or anyone when we're playing ranked matches and we're like, oh, we have renewal, and they don't have renewal, that is a huge advantage, and then that's when you actually want to engage on people. So that's just my rant on that. So yeah, you'll get the Stormguard first, then you get your item, which is most likely the renewal, if not like Crucible or something. and then you'll see how the game goes, see how it plays out, see what your team really needs. Because like sometimes when I was playing Akashka, I'd really need that Crucible to block for my team, so I would get that Renewal, and then I would get the Crucible. If it was like a dodge, you get the Crucible, and then once you really have all the areas covered, because like say you're playing a Cruel, then I think it would be okay to rush that the whatever it's called, the Atlas Pauldron, and that's the only situation where I think like it's better to not get the Renewal. It's better to get the Atlas if you're playing a good Cruel, which you like when people play Oracle. They usually rush those Atlases right away, so that's the other time, I guess, when I would not get the Renewal first. But yeah, so besides that, say you are playing against Cruel, we'll take this in the scenario. You get the Atlas first, and then you get Renewal. And then after that, once you think like your needs are covered, like for your team-wise, then you start, and once you feel like you're tanky enough and people really aren't focusing in fights, that's when you try and like slip in buying that breaking point. So you get the attack speed. First, I would always go with that Blazing Salvo. For the tornado trigger, and the reason for that is because your auto attacks always are proccing that Stormguard hit. Literally every time you hit someone, that Stormguard, and that Stormguard does a ton of damage for true damage. Like in a fight here, I'll kind of show you once I actually do get the Stormguard. I'll be getting it soon. Like I said in this video, I do not build properly, but this is kind of like the start of where I saw, oh, this might be freaking good. So yeah, get the Blazing Salvo once you have like the Stormguard and maybe 2 support items, maybe 1 if you're really destroying them, but either way, like I'd say bare minimum get the 2 support items for your team, because you need to keep your team alive too for this to work good. So yeah, get the Blazing Salvo for the auto attacks, and this mainly works with Ardan too, but what the Blazing Salvo will help with is like you can take the minion miners, you can take turrets fast, you can take more minions. It just helps secure those like key objectives faster, because the Stormguard does a really good job with that. So you guys got to keep that in mind. So then those auto attacks will be doing crazy damages. You'll be able to take stuff a lot faster, steal everything, and then you should be getting like stronger as your team gets stronger. You shouldn't really need to get too many more defensive items, because you can see like right here, we're just taking the backs like crazy. I want to see. Well, I don't have the Stormguard. Never mind. I think I buy the Stormguard here, but in this video, this is I should have used a different one, but I wasn't recording the other ones. If you guys wanna check out some of the Ardan gameplay, check out towards the end of Wadi's last stream. I think it's called like the day before Thanksgiving. Watch towards the end when I'm playing Ardan. It's pretty crazy. So I finally got the Renewal in this video though. And normally, like before I knew this, that's what I would always usually get, except for playing a Cruel. My next item will be that Stormguard, and then I can actually show you what I'm talking about. But that's kind of like the basis of it. So really, those are the things you focus on. Like once you get your breaking point, you just try and maybe get a Shiver Steel. That would be good. Like if you don't need a Crucible, maybe your second item would be a Shiver Steel, because like you want to keep them on you for that breaking point stacks. Just keep punching them. And then your Gauntlet, you got to be on point with your Gauntlets with Ardan. So that's like a really key factor of why he's so good, and with the Vanguards. So yeah, just like picture this though. Say you're full built Ardan. You have maybe a Warhorn, which still implies that Stormguard. You have Renewal, a Shiver Steel, and an Atlas. So you're freaking tanky. And say you catch like 2 other teammates in your Gauntlet, you can Shiver Steel them, just keep them on, and you have the breaking point. So you can Shiver Steel them, just get your breaking point stacks, and like they're probably going to be trying to focus your carries, while you're still doing that true damage every punch with that Stormguard banner, and then you're still getting those breaking point stacks, and it's just continually getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's like pretty much you're the 3rd carry, but you have all the benefits of a support. You can now I finally get the Stormguard, and I accidentally took that one there, but this is where I'm gonna like you can clearly see what I'm trying to say. So I have some attack speed, I have the Stormguard. Each time I hit something, the Stormguard proc does it, and as the later the game goes, the stronger that Stormguard gets too. But it is capped at like 150, I do believe, but okay. Either way. Now, I didn't realize that she killed the glaive back here either, so but now I'll actually start talking about the game. I just really wanted to like get the general build and like sense of why this works so good. it's pretty strong. Like I was amazed the first like this game when I first did it. I was like, damn. So I want to test this some more. And now I'm starting to build towards breaking point. In this game, we were so far ahead, or we're doing really well. I was like, you know what, my second main item is just gonna be, or my third main item is just gonna be the breaking point. You guys have to depend on like how it's going. Like if your team's able to stay alive, if there's not really many threats. Like as a support player, you have to check to see where the threats are on the team and like what really needs like help. So that's what you get items to like counter build against. In this game, we weren't really worried about too much, but alright, so you see my auto attacks. Each attack applies that Storm Guard hit to that glaive. So I could have killed Ardan there, but I didn't really care. I'm just trying to focus this glaive down because Wadi's getting hit by him. He's running away from me. And then like you can see those auto attacks with that attack speed and the Storm Guard just going off. And you always max out your punch too. Like see, I just can take him down. He's a freaking carry, guys. And then my punch does an insane amount of damage. Literally, the Storm Guard, it's crazy. And then when you punch and you smack, the punch does a lot of damage on its own. And then watch this, boom, boom. That's partly the stun, partly Celine's Heliostar. So either way, like you could, with the added attack speed, you just get that Storm Guard proc. That's what makes it so good. And then you just take farm like crazy. Just boom, 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 back stun. Easy right there. And I kind of just took him because, I don't know, the greedy support. And not even at breaking point yet, guys. So the Blazing Salvo, I'd say, is the way to go before, like for the item. If you had to choose a Lucky Strike or the Blazing Salvo, get the Blazing Salvo first. I think it'll help. But I'm just really surprised at how well this works. So you can see here, this is where I had a good gauntlet too. Like I saw two of them split, so I'm like, alright, let's put them in there. Even though there is a gauntlet right there, but trapped him in the wall. We're running after that. We're running after the Vox, but he's too slippery. So let's recap, and then I'll stop talking about it. Storm Guard first. Get the Storm Guard first, and then boots or something, whatever you see fit, and then get a support item that helps your team immensely, like a Fountain of Renewal. If you're playing a really good crew, get an Atlas, and then if you need to, if your team's struggling, if it's a really close, like if you're not like far ahead, like kind of like how we were, I got the breaking point second, or I'm going for the breaking point second. If you're not far ahead, don't get the breaking point second. Get you another support item that your team needs, like a Crucible might be good, or whatever the situation calls for. It could be anything. A Shiver Steel, I don't know. And you guys have to make that judgment on your own. But once you're tanky enough, once you have all the counters that you need, get that breaking point, and then just go to town, because a lot of times you're not going to get focused. Your team's just, like, the enemy carries should focus your carries, and then you're just kind of left on your support. But another main thing is, though, you can fight 1v1. It's like a lot of times when team fights are over, you'll find yourself like, if it's a proper team fight, you'll be left alive towards the end, and it'll be like maybe if your teammates didn't get the carries or whatever, maybe one of their carries will be left over with a little bit low health. You can easily take them down if you're in the full team fight in your gauntlet, getting those breaking point stacks. Chase after them, punch them in the face with that Storm Guard, and then there you go. So that's kind of the recap for it. The rest of this video is just kind of like pretty crazy, and you can see like clearing farm is amazing. The added attack speed, I didn't even know what was going on there. I was like, oh, I didn't even know my team was fighting. But yeah, one punch takes those backs to back, or to half health. It's insane, guys. If you're good with Ardan, you know how he plays. It's a monster, dude. It is so fun. And Ardan was my main, or he still is my main. So this is kind of like a build that I'm really happy about. And Storm Guard across the board is strong with anyone. Like Fortress, it's really strong with the Fortress, like Kashka kind of thing is really strong. Oh, his reflex ran out just barely. But either way, it's just nice. Oh god, I got stung by the Ardan Gauntlet. R.I.P. And then the Vox gets away, but hey, we can take the turret. I hope. There is the glaive here. I did get targeted for whatever reason. I'm like, you know what, I don't even care. We're just gonna tank this turret. Got my Vanguard up. Ugh. And then Wadi goes in there. Oh, and the ult. Boom, turret goes down. Yeah, like, it's just a nice, and the reason why it's amazing, sorry, I just went off track there because I'm watching the game, but the reason why it's nice too is because, like, Ardan's support abilities with the Vanguard, the Gauntlet for splitting, Ardan is one of, like, the pestiest characters to play against because he's so annoying. If he gets good splits, if he keeps your team alive, it can be really annoying. You can see me taking down the glaive because I have 8 breaking point stacks. Like, this is, and you can see the punch on his face. I can't get to him right now. I'm like, shit, but I got my renewal up, trying to kill him, and then BAM in the face. I have 11 breaking point stacks. I'm trying. We're punching each other. I almost got him, but I was just too low. So you can see I took out 2 carries. Granted, they were low health, but that's a lot of times that's what will happen. Like, you just use your Stormguard proc, you get those breaking point stacks, and you can deal a ton of damage towards the ends of fights, and you can clean up a lot of the times. And with that Stormguard, you're able to maybe push turrets, push objectives, take objectives on your own. So that's what helps. But later towards the end, I do recommend the Warhorn instead of the Contraption, because with Ardan, you kind of want people to be near you for this to work effectively, like stick to you. And then the Warhorn's good for your team. I think like a comp with like a Koshka, anything really strong early game, like a Koshka, and then maybe a Lane, Ringo, because I know like the supposedly like OP comp right now is Koshka Fortress, Ringo. I haven't honestly tried this with a Ardan. Normally whenever I play we've been doing that build, we've been doing the Koshka Fortress one. I honestly want to see if this will rival it, because a lot of times people will build against that Koshka, and with Ardan having the breaking point, it could be pretty ridiculous. So we're using all the Warhorns here. We're trying to catch up. Those are great ult there. This Vox is so slippery. I don't know what I was doing there, but the punch, dude, the punch with the proc with the Stormguard is so strong. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is ridiculous. So maybe trying the Ardan Koshka Ringo build. Yeah, if Ringo gets a breaking point too, it could hurt you if they start to get Atlases, but it doesn't really matter. And they did steal that Kraken, and I'm right here, I'm getting a little greedy trying to kill this Ardan, because I'm like, oh, my team can take this, but I'm like, you know what, I better just go help out my team. I got the Stormguard, help burn it down. And we didn't even actually lose a turret out of this, I don't think. So it was positive gold for us. So it is unfortunate that they were able to steal it, but we took down the Kraken and they didn't even get a turret, so just like added 500 gold to us. So that's just me kind of explaining the overall build for it. And the reasons why I think it's really strong. Other comps that might work really well too is like say you have a Cruel, what's it called, a Scarf, because your Gauntlet, the synergy with a Scarf with Ardan is amazing, because Scarf doesn't really have good getaways, and Ardan gives those Vanguards, so Scarf can get away. You have Gauntlets for the splits, and then Scarf can ult all of them while he's outside of the Gauntlet too. And it's good for Cruel, because Cruel needs to be able to catch up to people if you get like a Shiver Steal. The only problem that I see is, though, you might... Oh, look at that Gauntlet. That Gauntlet was pretty good there. This team fight, looking back on it, was really good. So the Warhorn to catch up to the Vox, the Gauntlet over the wall. Half the time when I try to go Gauntlets over the wall, they don't work, and you just get stuffed. But that one surprisingly went through. But yeah, so like the Cruel Ardan, what's it called? Cruel Ardan Scarf comp, I think would be pretty well. They're pretty good because they have really good like synergies together, and this, I would say Finn is still really good with Cruel too. That's kind of what I always run when I play with Oracle and whatnot, but I just think like that could be pretty strong, and I still need to test it out more, but from what I've seen, guys, it's like a second carry on your team. And going back to the Cruel Ardan Scarf comp, like, yeah, Atlases could hurt you pretty bad since you are going like a double what is it called? The double breaking point. But most of the time, if you're Ardan, everyone's gonna be trying to kill that Cruel. So, and if you're staying on your Scarf trying to protect it, you might not even get hit by the Atlases, and then Scarf can just deal that amazing poke damage that it's known for, and then you can probably towards the end of the fight get that breaking point up there too. So they got to be worried about two of you. I don't know. I just want to hear your thoughts on this. Hopefully you guys can try out the build and let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like it and over subscribe for more Vainglory videos if you're not already. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys later.